On this edition of the Marne Forward, we're going to do something a little different, recognize some of our own. The 302nd Mobile Public Affairs Detachment and the 3rd Brigade Combat Team are getting ready to redeploy. We've decided to take a look back at the best of the best, produced by the broadcast staff who will soon be returning home. Hello and welcome to this edition of the Marne Forward. I'm Specialist Rebecka Reyes reporting from Baghdad. Here's this week's Marne News Minute. Thanks to the watchful eye of a soldier monitoring images fed from a reconnaissance aircraft, 2 Iraqi men were caught placing improvised explosive devices on a main supply route. Another man was spotted on a nearby roof as a coalition convoy approached the IEDs that were set to detonate and destroy them that rolled over them. The 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division, working with the 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Air Assault, alerted the convoy before it struck the IED. With security improving, the local economy growing, and community reconstruction underway, many of the Iraqis who once fled their South Baghdad homes are now returning to the villages they deserted. Units in 4th Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division have seen a steady influx of returning Iraqis and have conducted operations to ensure the area is safe for their return. Operation Varsity 2, one such effort, resulted in the removal of dozens of Al-Qaeda in Iraq from an area containing 19 previously deserted homes. Soldiers have helped rebuild and refurbish buildings and set up health clinics and hygiene classes. Soldiers from 1st Squadron 33rd Cavalry Regiment discovered a weapons cache in Yusufia, Iraq, April 21st. The cache included 34 rocket-propelled grenade rounds, an AK-47, and 1 box of PKC rounds. And that's your Marne News Minute. Specialist Joseph Labutka serves with the 3rd Brigade Combat Team from Fort Benning, Georgia. With a little over a year working as an Army broadcast journalist, he covered many stories, from soccer stadium openings, Iron Chef competitions, and major combat operations. He takes us on one of those operations, Al Duraiya Sunrise. Here's the story.
Before sunrise along the Tigris River, National Police were searching for insurgents and securing another town in the fight against terror. The 3rd Iraqi Brigade, 1st National Police Division, alongside U.S. soldiers, secured the village of Samadiyya in a combined cordon and search operation. Leading the search, the National Police moved from house to house, looking for any suspicious materials, and spoke with locals to gain information on criminals in the area. Staff Sergeant Brian Miller, a medic with the National Police training team, says the training for this mission was essential.
We did some training yesterday to refresh a lot of the training that they've done before, and compared to the first mission that we did, it's like 180 degrees better from what it was. So these guys, they know what they're doing, they got the training, and hopefully by the time we finish this tour, we won't be leading any of these. They'll be doing everything by themselves.
Although Sergeant Miller and other members of the training team were part of the raid squad, it was the National Police executing the mission. The National Police sergeants gave the orders, and the squad would be on the move to the next objective, finding caches of weapons and ammunition. Master Sergeant Dave Easterbrooks, a member of the training team, says there has been a great achievement in Samadiyya.
Today they did real good on their mission. We did a lot of detailed rehearsals yesterday on basically clearing rooms, taking down the houses and stuff like that, and it paid off because we found a couple caches and a couple weapons today.
Sergeant Easterbrooks and the National Police training team expect great things from the National Police in the future.
And it's just motivating them and advising them in the right way to get them to do what they want to do. I mean, they want to be free. They want this to be their country. So, it's just giving them the right tools to do it, basically.
The mission in Samadiyya shows the progress of National Police and the Iraqi people. Reporting from Samadiyya, Iraq, I'm Specialist Joseph Labutka.
Sergeant First Class Ken Hudson, a member of the 302nd Mobile Public Affairs Detachment, is also wrapping up his 2nd tour in Iraq and is getting ready to retire soon. He currently is serving with the 101st Airborne Division and brings us the story of a family of a fallen soldier who has found a way to honor the memory of their loved one by collecting and sending gifts to the villagers in the area where he lived, worked, and died.
Sergeant Nathan Barnes was killed as he exited his helicopter on an air assault mission near Patrol Base Shanghai last July. Instead of harboring feelings of bitterness toward the members of this small village community, his family collected thousands of dollars worth of clothing and supplies and shipped them to Iraq.
It's something that's pretty remarkable and very humbling. And I have just a greatest amount of respect for that family for doing this. And I know that the people here truly appreciate it.
Sergeant Barnes was a member of the 10th Mountain Division, the predecessor unit to these Rakkasans of the 101st Airborne Division. For the day, infantrymen took on the job of distributing the toys, clothing, school supplies, even several wheelchairs and sewing machines donated by the Barnes family.
Including stuff like toothbrushes, toothpaste, some baby stuff for them. We got some antibiotic stuff for like small cuts and burns and stuff like that that they can use.
The event drew attention from high-level members within the Iraqi Army. The commander of the 25th Brigade, 6th Iraqi Army Division, spoke to the citizens of Rushdie Mullah.
The soldier traveled thousands of miles and was killed here, and his family sends gifts to help rebuild this area. We have to respect that and build this country and live in peace.
Patrol Base Shanghai is located right next to the small country town. The 6 months that the Rakkasans have been here have been very peaceful. It wasn't the case for the 10th Mountain Division.
He was the last of the 10th Mountain soldiers to be killed.
For the most part, the distribution was orderly and smooth. Only for a moment did things get chaotic at the station for socks and underwear. Order was restored, and for several hours that day, people walked in with empty bags and walked out with hands full of gifts and supplies. From Patrol Base Shanghai, I'm Army Sergeant Ken Hudson.
Army Sergeant Jay Townsend, a member of the 302nd Mobile Public Affairs Detachment, was assigned to the 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division in May 2007. Townsend has been in 2 IED attacks and numerous gun battles, and received the Combat Action Badge for his actions. Always the foot soldier, in this story, he takes us to southern Arab Jabour and into the heart of the fight.
Air assaulting into an insurgent safe haven is extremely dangerous. By moving with speed and from all angles, Al-Qaeda will be forced to fight or surrender. First Lieutenant Derek Anderson is leading the charge.
Got 2 platoons air assaulted onto the objective, took over Al-Mazan, and cleared some houses very directly to the west. And then we sat there and waited for our Bradleys to come down.
As Al-Qaeda moved south, they placed IEDs along every route to slow down the coalition forces' pursuit.
The Bradleys didn't make it all the way down to us, so we continued to clear objective Galil, which was to the west.
Tired of being threatened by insurgents, the locals here welcomed U.S. troops by pointing out Al-Qaeda safe houses and buried explosives.
The white platoon and the commander were walking over there, and they ran into a pretty marshal that wanted to help out. He pulled the commander and all them aside and pretty much showed them this 200-pound Russian bomb.
Oh, Russian OFAB, okay. Well, we'll call that one up. About how many pounds of explosives do you think that bomb is? About a 250-pound bomb.
A Navy EOD team was able to uncover the bomb and destroy it.
It was definitely something big, and I guarantee you Al-Qaeda was trying to use it to try to, try to blow us up or try to get us with it.
Insurgents often used this house as a hideout. Trying to cover their tracks, they rigged it with explosives before fleeing. Apache helicopters were called in to destroy it.
The thing to keep in mind is we're probably not going to see Bradleys for a long time now. With that, we know now it's a 1-lane road, and on that 1 lane they just made IED contact. So it's a recovery mission.
The sun is fading away and the daytime heat is going with it. Now it's time to wait out the night and battle the cold.
Shoot, it had to be in the 20s with the wind chill. Ask the guys on the roof, they'd probably know.
Staying overnight in an area like this doesn't allow much time for sleep.
Probably like 3 or 4 hours.
Like 2 hours.
2 hours, some of the guys. Not a lot of sleep.
As the sun shows up, so do the Bradleys, pushing all night to make sure their comrades in the field have what they need to complete their week-long missions. Reporting from southern Baghdad, I'm Army Sergeant Jay Townsend.
I go hunt for a breakfast now.
After a break, we'll bring you more best of the best stories. Stay with us.